Hey everyone, so for our last tutorial here, we're going to go over something called Pantheon-Evolve. Now, Pantheon-Evolve is a feature on our platform where we can take pre-constructed algorithms for computational analyses and then iteratively evolve them with the platform, essentially to maximize their productivity as measured by objective metric, whether that metric measures runtime, accuracy, etc. And so the way you would do this, so this is very useful, especially if you have algorithms that you've used for analysis, but you want to see how they can be improved or how your results can be made better in specific ways. You can essentially enter those algorithms into PantheonOS, and the platform will evolve them for you and see if any improvements can be made. So what I will do is I will pull up some of my previous conversations that have actually been shown in other tutorials. And I will go to this image analysis that we did on the fetal heart. You'll remember this from probably a couple tutorials ago. Now, one of the outputs for this was... Actually, I changed my mind. I will go to the notebook used for the variable genes analysis on the fetal heart genomic dataset. You might remember that from a couple of tutorials ago. So I'm going to open that notebook, and what I will do is I will download it very quickly. Save. I'll download it very quickly. Close the side panel. Start a new chat. And then I will attach this notebook. Seeing all my files here. Perfect. And now I'm going to provide the platform some context in the prompt. This. In fact, I'll also include the file for the fetal heart genomic dataset just for some context. So I have two files attached. Obviously, analysis.ipynb is the notebook for essentially the code that was used to find the top 100 most variable genes within the fetal heart genomic dataset. And for the sake of context, I've also attached that genomic dataset essentially to the prompts. So the prompt that I'm about to give PantheonOS, I will say, I'll give it some context. So in this prompt, I'm essentially just first giving context as to what files I've attached. And to invoke Pantheon-Evolve, I am telling the platform to evolve the algorithm that I've attached. Evolve right now is really the key word to kind of include in your prompt. And then I'm saying essentially to evolve the algorithm to optimize for its accuracy in providing me the gene list of the true top 100 most variably expressed genes. So I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to go open the side panel to see if there's anything. And then we'll wait for some results to pop up. And within seconds, a notification pops up, and the platform is saying that it's going to set up an evolution task. So after a couple minutes, we can get a notification that in the main panel that the analysis has been completed. However, when we scroll down, we see in reality that the platform understands that it needs to optimize on accuracy, but it doesn't really know what accuracy means, and it wants to clarify that. It's not really completed, it's just prompting a question from us as the user. And this can often happen, especially when the platform wants more information and knows it needs more information. So we can scroll down to where it says awaiting review, where we can actually answer the question. This is especially true of evolution, by the way, because it wants to be sure that it knows exactly what it wants to optimize for, and not just a broader term. let's just say we want to optimize for biological accuracy. So we're going to click consensus accuracy here after reading the options, and then we're going to hit proceed. All right, finally the evolution has been completed. Basically what happened is the platform caught a mistake in the evolution algorithm and it corrected itself. And then because I didn't specify in the prompt, it started doing 40 iterations of this evolution, which is actually a lot. After the first couple, the results looked really good. So in the middle of the analysis, I actually told the platform, hey, you can stop the analysis here. And you can do that at any point. So if a part of analysis doesn't look good to you, you can actually talk to the platform as the analysis is going on. You can tell it to change whatever, you can tell it to stop. You can really provide any feedback you want at any point. So that's something I wanted to emphasize really quickly. And so the evolved algorithm, the evolved kind of result, in this case, the top 100 variably expressed genes are provided in the output. The other thing that I do want to point out is the evolution management page. So if you click, it looks like a strand of DNA actually, in the bottom left corner. So this is the evolution icon. And this pulls up an evolution management page, which actually just shows the steps taken by the evolution agent specifically, which is essentially the agent in our multi-agent platform that's responsible for conducting all of our evolution tasks. So I'm just going to close out of this. And so this is just a basic overview of how to use our PantheonOS platform to do evolution work. You can put in any algorithms that you have created yourself, any algorithms that have been produced by the platform, and when conducting a larger kind of analysis, you can specify what you want from the analysis, and then at the end you can be like, hey, after going through all the analysis, go back and iteratively evolve the algorithms that you use to see if they can be improved for either greater accuracy, greater runtime, greater reproducibility, whatever it may be. And it will do the entire workflow and then add on evolution at the end as well, instead of kind of doing what I did here, where I'm taking a workflow I'm taking analysis that I conducted with the platform a couple days ago, and I'm now going back and evolving it. So these are the basics of doing evolution with PantheonOS. Thank you so much for listening,